Throughout human history, our ancestors have left behind monuments that continue to inspire wonder and scholarly debate. These structures, built with technologies vastly different from our own, demonstrate the remarkable ingenuity, social organization, and determination of ancient peoples. Today, we examine archaeological sites that have challenged researchers to reconsider their assumptions about prehistoric and ancient capabilities. Rather than viewing these monuments through the lens of mystery and impossibility, we'll explore what modern archaeology, geology, and experimental archaeology have revealed about how these extraordinary achievements were actually accomplished. Join us as we journey across continents to understand not what's impossible about these sites, but what they teach us about human innovation. Gunung Padang, Indonesia, rethinking megalithic landscapes. In the highlands of West Java, Indonesia, lies a terraced hill known as Gunung Padang. For generations, this site has held spiritual significance for local communities, but in recent years, it has become the center of intense archaeological investigation and debate. In 2010, a geophysical survey of the site revealed something unexpected. Ground-penetrating radar and seismic tomography indicated that the terraced structures visible on the surface might extend deep underground. Core samples taken from various depths contained organic material that, when radiocarbon dated, suggested human activity at the site spanning thousands of years. The oldest dates, from depths of approximately 30 meters, indicated ages of roughly 20,000 years before present. If confirmed, this would push back the timeline of monumental construction in Southeast Asia by many millennia. Understanding Gunung Padang requires understanding its geology. The site is built upon and incorporates columnar basalt, a natural formation that occurs when lava cools and contracts, fracturing into regular hexagonal columns. These formations can appear remarkably geometric and human-made, even when they're entirely natural. Dr. Danny Hilman Natawijaja, the Indonesian geologist leading the research, argues that while the basalt columns are natural, they were deliberately arranged and utilized by prehistoric peoples. The question isn't whether the columns themselves were carved, but whether ancient humans quarried, transported, and arranged these natural formations into terraces and structures. The dating has proven controversial within the archaeological community. Critics point out that radiocarbon dates from soil samples indicate when organic material was deposited, not necessarily when stone structures were built. Root penetration, erosion, and geological processes can introduce organic material into much older geological formations. More conservative estimates, based on surface structures and artifacts, place the main construction phase between 2,000 and 5,000 years ago, which aligns better with what we know about social complexity in the region. Whether 20,000 or 2,000 years old, Gunung Padang demonstrates something profound. Prehistoric peoples recognized and exploited natural geological features for monumental purposes. They didn't need to create perfect stone blocks because nature had already done so. What they did require was social organization, labor coordination, and generational commitment to a shared vision. This pattern appears worldwide. From Stonehenge to the Great Zimbabwe, ancient builders worked with their landscape, not against it. Kailash Temple, India, the architecture of subtraction. In the Ellora Caves complex in Maharashtra, India, stands one of the most audacious architectural achievements in human history. The Kailash Temple, carved entirely from living rock, represents not construction but excavation on an unprecedented scale. Traditional architecture is additive. Builders stack materials upward, creating structures from accumulated components. Kailash Temple represents the opposite approach, subtractive architecture. Artisans began at the top of a basalt cliff and worked downward, carving away an estimated 200,000 to 400,000 tons of rock to reveal the temple hidden within. The structure spans 60 meters in length, 33 meters in width, and rises 30 meters from its base to its highest point. It includes multiple levels, freestanding pillars, intricate relief sculptures, and architectural details that rival any constructed temple of its era. Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Nature or nurture? Off the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan's westernmost point, lies a submerged rock formation that has sparked decades of debate. Is it a natural geological feature, a human-modified landscape, or something in between? In 1986, dive tour operator Kihachiro Aratake discovered the formation while searching for new hammerhead shark observation sites. The structure features parallel edges, right angles, and what appear to be terraced levels descending to the seafloor. The formation is approximately 150 meters long, 40 meters wide, and sits at depths ranging from 5 to 25 meters below the surface. Marine geologist Professor Robert Schoch of Boston University examined the site in 1997. His conclusion: the Yonaguni Formation is almost certainly natural. Sandstone, the rock type comprising the formation, tends to fracture along regular planes due to its sedimentary layering. When these layers crack along natural joints and bedding planes, they can create surprisingly geometric-looking features, including right angles and flat surfaces. Schoch identified several key indicators of natural origin. The steps follow the natural bedding planes of the sedimentary rock. Similar formations exist elsewhere in the Yonaguni coastal waters, absence of tool marks or quarrying evidence. The presence of natural erosion patterns inconsistent with human modification. Professor Masaki Kimura of the University of the Ryukyus disagrees. He argues that certain features, particularly two circular depressions that might represent post holes and what appears to be a carved animal figure, suggest human modification of a natural formation. Kimura doesn't claim the entire structure was built by humans, but rather that ancient peoples may have recognized and enhanced the natural terracing, similar to how other cultures have modified rock formations for ceremonial or practical purposes. The last time sea levels were low enough to expose this formation was during the last glacial maximum, approximately 10,000 to 20,000 years ago. If human modification occurred, it would predate other known monumental architecture in Japan by millennia. However, no artifacts, tools, or clear cultural context have been found at the site to support human activity. Most geologists and archaeologists view Yonaguni as a fascinating natural formation that illustrates how regular geological processes can create apparently artificial-looking features. It serves as an important reminder that not every geometric formation requires human explanation. However, the site remains worthy of continued study, as new survey techniques may reveal details not visible in earlier investigations. Göbekli Tepe, Turkey. Rewriting the Neolithic Revolution. In southeastern Turkey, on a limestone plateau, lies a site that has fundamentally altered our understanding of prehistoric social organization. Göbekli Tepe, built approximately 11,600 years ago, predates agriculture, pottery, metallurgy, and writing. Yet it demonstrates sophisticated planning, artistic vision, and massive labor coordination. German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt began excavations at Göbekli Tepe in 1995. What emerged from the earth over subsequent decades challenged fundamental assumptions about the relationship between social complexity and settled agriculture. The site consists of multiple circular enclosures, each containing massive T-shaped limestone pillars arranged in rings. The largest pillars stand over 5 meters tall and weigh up to 20 tons. Many are decorated with elaborate relief carvings of animals, foxes, wild boars, snakes, birds, and wild cattle. The revolutionary aspect of Göbekli Tepe isn't just its age, but its context. The site was built during the pre-pottery Neolithic A period, before the development of agriculture in this region. The people who built Göbekli Tepe were hunter-gatherers. This discovery inverts traditional theories about the origins of civilization. Previously, archaeologists believed that agriculture came first, creating food surpluses that allowed for specialized labor and monumental construction. Göbekli Tepe suggests the reverse. Perhaps communal ritual and monument building came first, creating the social organization and motivation for developing agriculture. Nan Madol, Micronesia. The Venice of the Pacific. On the eastern shore of Pohnpei Island in Micronesia lies Nan Madol, a vast complex of artificial islands built from basalt and coral. This Venice of the Pacific represents one of the most ambitious engineering projects in oceanic prehistory. Nan Madol consists of 92 artificial islands built on a coral reef platform. The islands are separated by a network of canals and were constructed by stacking basalt boulders and coral fill. The complex covers approximately 75 hectares, with some walls rising up to 8 meters high. The largest stones weigh 50 tons. Given that Pompeii lacks significant basalt deposits, these stones were quarried from distant locations and transported by raft. Oral traditions and limited archaeological evidence date Nan Madol's major construction phase to approximately 1200–1600 CE. The complex served as the ceremonial and political center of the Saudilur dynasty, which unified Pompeii under centralized rule